Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video, we will talk about how to use ArcGIS's modeling tool to process data. Using modeling tools has many benefits. For example, it can make data processing more efficient. You can perform batch processing. In addition, you can also reuse your workflow. We will see its advantages later. Let's take a look at our data first. Here we have the data for the Tianjin boundary. In addition, we have the monthly surface temperature data from 2015 to 2019. Now I want to use the Tianjin boundary to clip the surface temperature data. How do we do that? If you use the modeling tool in Arc Toolbox, you can do this. However, you would need to process data for dozens of months. It's more complicated. Of course, you can also use batch processing within Arc Toolbox. But it's also troublesome to input the information for all these months repeatedly. Using a model will be much more efficient. Let's see how to operate. Let's create a new tool in Arc Toolbox. You can also give it a name. After right-clicking on it, click the New button to create a model. At this point, let's insert a loop tool. There is a loop for the raster datasets. Since our temperature data consists of monthly values, it's a set of raster datasets. The function of this loop tool is that you specify a workspace. It can iterate all the data in this workspace. Let's specify our workspace here. This is the monthly dataset. Of course, you can also use wildcard option. Or use raster format to control which part of the three datasets you want to loop through. The assumption is that your raster datasets are more complicated. Let's click on it and automatically arrange it. After we obtain the raster datasets for each month, the next step is to clip them. You just need to drag the tools into the model window. Then use the Connect tool to link the monthly data to the Clip tool. At this point, it will prompt you to choose the input value. Choose the input raster. We choose the Select tool with the arrow. You can double-click the Clip tool. This will open the Tool Settings window. Here, we select the boundary we want to use. Of course, if you haven't preloaded it into ArcMap, you can also find it by clicking the button on the right. I only want to use the boundary. So I choose that button. In addition, the output layer and storage location must be set. If you don't set it, all the clipping results will be stored under this name. And it will overwrite the previous results. In the data storage location, create a folder. Give this folder a name. We will use a percentage sign in the beginning of the name and end it with another percentage sign. The name will be named by the name of the loop layer above. This will give us the name of the new file after clipping. That is, the clipped file will be stored in the folder. After clipping, the same name will be stored in the same location. In the clip folder. For storage, let's run our model. There are several years of monthly data. Click Close. Let's click on our catalog. You can see that the data has been clipped. Let's save our model. Close it first. At this point, we can drag one in and take a look. You can see that the monthly data has been clipped. Using the model tool will make our processing much more efficient. You can give it a name. For example, you can name it Batch Clip. This is the first example. By using the model, we can process the data more efficiently. We have removed all our data. Now, let's talk about the second example. This is the border of Beijing. We also have elevation data for Beijing. Let's set up the legend. It will be clearer now. We have the border and the data. The first step is to clip the data. The second step is to calculate the slope. We will also use the modeling tool to complete this. The first step is to clip the data. We drag the clip tool into the model. We can create a folder to store our data. For example, we can name it Beijing. We double-check the tool and select the input layer. The third step is to work with the elevation data. The second step involves the boundary data. We select this. This can be clipped according to the border. You can also change the data location. Since there is only one layer, you can store it. You can also change the location and name. Once the data is ready, I will calculate the slope and the aspect. We need to use a tool to calculate the slope. We can add a wildcard to search for it. We can add a wildcard to search for it. We want to save the input to the path we just selected. We select the Beijing folder. We can give it a name. You can also specify the format. For example, I will save it in a TIFF format. Click OK. I also want to calculate the aspect. We drag the tool into the model. We connect the two parts as input raster. Double-check the tool to set the location and name. Remember the name format. It's better to use English. Avoid using special symbols. We have built the model. First, we use the Beijing border to clip the DEM data. We use the slope tool to calculate the slope. Now, the folder is empty. We run the tool. Click Run. It will clip and calculate the slope and aspect. It will notify you once the tool has completed successfully. We can now see the slope data. We have also calculated the aspect data. The advantage of using this model is that if the calculation process is complicated, and if there is an error in a previous step, you don't need to recalculate everything manually. You can simply adjust the model's parameters. Then, you can run the model again. You can also share your model with others. For example, if you designed a model to select specific features, others can use your model, providing their own input data, and it will calculate the final results. In short, using models can greatly improve the efficiency of data processing. If this video was helpful to you, please like and support it. Thank you all. See you next time.